Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. This is our Copa America preview extravaganza, tap dance extravaganza. Anyway,
Ba-doom boop, ba-doom boop.
this is James. I'm FC Neo Tokyo, and we are here to go over all things Copa America because thankfully the US was invited this year to host. Which I don't know if we're technically considered the host, but all the games are being played in America.
From what I was
And I've
reading,
lost James already.
From what I was reading, it said we're the host. I'm looking for my USA scarf. I don't have it handy. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm like, where is it? Where is it?
He's lost without his USA.
I'm lost without it.
But you don't worry about that.
But I'm not lost about the tournament. In fact, here it is. Here's the pot. Excellent viewers. Thanks for joining us here on Enemies of the Fire. Make sure you guys kick that like button. Punt it to midfield like you're a goalkeeper. Pot one, no, more like Group A is going to be Argentina, Peru, Chile, that's a base, and Canada.
You know, when you say these words to me, like these names all together in a group, I realize I am about to say the most unlike me thing ever. Like, all my picks for this tournament are going to be opposite of what I would normally say, because I'm going to say this out loud. Chile has not been litty lately. I really think Canada's getting out of this group, and like they shouldn't, but it's just going to add to the embarrassment for us. I think Jesse Marsch can get them out of this group.
Yes.
Because Chile has not been playing up to snuff.
And Peru is not exactly a perennial powerhouse.
No, I mean, yeah, Peru's probably the one team with, Venezuela that you're not super concerned about.
Ecuador,
so, I don't know.
Ecuador.
But we're both in agreement, like, Argentina's walking with this group, right?
Argentina's definitely walking in this group. I don't think... Are they bringing Mauro Icardi?
Doesn't matter.
They didn't bring him to the last World Cup because Messi doesn't like him.
Well, I mean, it sucks to suck, bro. Like, don't get on Messi's. I mean, it just so happens that there's a generational human being, and he's not going to like everybody, right? You know what I mean? So
the same thing with the Dream Team and Michael Jordan. I know they left Isaiah Thomas off because Michael Jordan didn't want him on the team.
Dude, I bet Michael Jordan made sure that guy. Oh man, because there was another Isaiah Thomas that was in the pros.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
He's still playing. He's a young guy.
Oh my god,
That's a different
like
guy.
Michael Jordan had a hand in having another Isaiah Thomas just to screw with the other guy's SEO. All right, so Argentina walks with this.
Argentina walks, but who's coming out second? It's Canada. I'll put Canada. Let's make this happen.
I'll drink the Kool-Aid. Why not?
So
Screw
they're
it.
Group A. Argentina we have penciled in as the Group A winner, and Canada as the Group A runner-up. I got them penciled in.
The angry comments already.
Let us know what you think about. Are we sliding Peru? Are we not giving Chile enough chance? I like what Jesse Marsch's program is, but the thing is, it's going to be. Has he had enough time to instill anything? I don't think so. That's why I think it's asking a lot of Canada to come out of here with a group runner-up finish. However, against the likes of Chile and Peru, I mean, it's there for the taking. These are not world beaters, and they're in a similar boat to Canada in that they're all not as good as Argentina.
No, you listen. You do understand that Chile is the better team, but
of all three.
Of all three,
Chile is the best of the three. Typically,
Chile's gonna underperform, and Canada has plot armor that they have to make it because the lulls they're gonna have against the U.S. You know what I mean? So
if they throw up a stinker, does it send them into panic because of the upcoming World Cup? It's interesting to note that this is Copa America 2024. What also is going on is Euros 2024. And they're already talking about Gareth Southgate, the current coach of England, moving on, potentially to become the coach of Manchester United or something like that in the next year after they kick Ten Hag out, which we'll talk about later. But
do you mean they didn't fire him yet? Is he going to be free club boss?
We have to talk about that later. I got words.
All right, that might date this episode. But
Evergreen. Group A winner, Argentina and Canada coming out. Chile seems like the likely push. Peru could surprise. Doesn't seem likely.
Plot armor. Canada's got plot armor.
I'm rooting for them. Group 2. Group B. Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, Jamaica. Mind you, before you even think about Jamaica, their number 1 goalkeeper, Andre Blake, is out with injury.
Who would their number 2 goalkeeper be? Does anyone have an idea?
Let's take a look at Jamaica's.
Are they going to have to revive Donovan Ricketts?
Call-ups. Let's take a look at the official Reggae Boys call-up. Tavon Gray, New York City YFC. Oh no, that's from months ago. I want to see their Copa America squad. Hey, here we go.
So
Andre Blake was called up, but I thought he's just hurt. I thought he was injured.
No, that was I thought you were about to break some news to me.
No, I thought Andre Blake is injured. I swear I read that in a news story. Oh, he agreed to a new contract. Yes, he did. Andre Blake undergoes meniscus surgery. He's going to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks.
How many weeks ago was that?
This was on May 28th.
I mean, that was about 4 weeks ago.
Is this guy going to... So this tournament starts June 22nd. If he makes it back in time...
He's back. Dude, he's coming back. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so hold on. We got hung up on Jamaica, and for good reason, because I feel like Jamaica is bound for the come up. And honestly, if I was using my true passion and what I see on the field, I'd say Jamaica wins this group and Ecuador comes out second. Being a reasonable human being, Jamaica shits the bed every possible time they have an opportunity to not shit the bed. So I really think Mexico and Jamaica might be the 2 best teams in this group. But I'm leaning towards Ecuador and Venezuela getting out, and not for any good reason other than, again, the cop-out reason of vibes.
Jamaica has Damari Gray playing for them.
I know.
They also have, let's see, Casey Palmer, Daniel Johnson, Bobby Decadorva Reed from Fulham, Kevin Lambert from RSL, who's been playing well. Alvis Powell from FC Cincinnati. Tavon Gray, is he related? Playing for New York City FC. They got an okay team. They got it's okay. Is it enough to stand up with a team like Mexico, with a team like Venezuela? Yes.
Well, Venezuela usually, Venezuela is usually.
This is enough to stand up with every single team in this group. To me, Jamaica does appear to be. They should get through. If not the runner-up, maybe the winners, the surprise winners. But people are going to be pointing to Mexico. People are going to be pointing at Venezuela.
Well, Venezuela has... Well, no, you think Venezuela, Ecuador... I mean, let's see who Ecuador has. A bunch of people I don't really know, but they play in decent spots. Caicedo from Chelsea plays there.
That's Venezuela is probably the best, maybe the best team. I'm giving this to Venezuela and Jamaica. That's the 2 teams I'm seeing come out of this.
You know what? I will back that because I want to see it. But hold on, before we even duke it out with who wins, why are we so down on Mexico? Because they suck. No, but
I'm down on Mexico for a few reasons. The coach is down in Mexico. Yes. The former coach is down in Mexico. The pundits are down in Mexico. Everybody's down in Mexico. They don't have a lot going on for them in the same way that even the United States does, which with their current golden generation, I mean, they had 11 starters lose against Colombia, but all 11 of those starters were playing in Europe, which is, to be honest, that is a benefit. And a lot of the Mexican players are playing in Liga MX, which, I mean, some of the good players aren't, but the ambition for Mexico just doesn't seem to be there and in line, where right now you have a team like Jamaica who is not as good as Mexico from top to bottom, but they have a chance to come out here and really make a push for Jamaican football, where it doesn't seem like Mexico really cares. The players don't
Jamaica's painful in the fact that they're not as good as the sum of their parts, right?
They have constant issues. Jamaica has constant funding issues, constant FA issues. I've talked to former Jamaican players, Lovell Palmer from Chicago Fire, and he in a past podcast over on my old channel Spitting Fire, you could go look up Lovell Palmer Spitting Fire, and he talks about the national team, the Reggae Boys, and what it was like, the disarray for playing for them. And I wonder if in the last 10 years, some of that disarray is gone. And
no,
I don't get the sense that
better.
it has, because in fact, the women's side of Jamaican football with Bunny and all of that seems even worse than it used to be. Yeah. So it makes me ask questions about Jamaican football.
It's really such a shame, because they do have so many players who a mixture of, Jamaican born players in Jamaica and people of Jamaican descent in the UK who maybe they'd leave the door open to be, the next Alan Shearer or whoever. I don't know, whoever an famous English person is. But if they're not quite good enough to unseat Harry Kane, they can play for Jamaica. And Jamaica should be up here with the US and Mexico and as the big boys. Because remember, not so long ago, Canada was a nothing, and it was US, Mexico, and Costa Rica, and everybody else chasing. And
I'm wondering what Wes Morgan's doing right now and why he's not involved more with this Jamaican team. And Captain Wes Morgan brought a culture change to Jamaica when he arrived there from Leicester. 2012, 2013, 2014, and you and I were at that Jamaica game when they played Venezuela. So we got some love for both of these teams. I love the fans from Venezuela and Jamaica. They make some damn good food.
Dude, that's crazy. There was the last Copa America in the United States, Venezuela and Jamaica were in the same group, and
we were there.
Yeah, exactly. We saw it. It was at Soldier Field.
I remember all the Jamaican fans. They showed up about 15 minutes late for the 15 minutes in, but they all definitely came out. They had a hoot. All the Venezuelans.
It was a good time.
We were partying. Well, they were out in the parking lot partying with us. They were just late to the game.
So are we to assume that we just don't know a lot about Ecuador and Mexico? We know too much.
We know so much about Mexico that we're just discounting them. We don't think that they have the heart. Where
they
Jamaica,
really don't. This is
the fans.
If Jamaica,
the fans, if the Jamaican fans show up, they can give the Jamaican players the heart. It could happen.
We'll see. Okay, so pot 3, obviously for probably most of our audience who would watch this, you're most interested here with us. The U.S., the host nation, that one. We're not getting out of this group, dog.
You don't think so? You don't think we're going to beat Panama?
Not at all. No, my God. Every time when Panama, what's that meme when they're somebody who terrible plays a certain team and does well, and it shows
we're not in Panama.
Ronaldo
we're not playing,
and Messi.
Toke. We're not playing Panama in Panama this time.
True.
Which is the only reason. The only reason the U.S. ever loses to Panama is because when they play in Panama, the Panamanian fans are amazing. They're great. And they make sure that the U.S. fans do not sleep, or the U.S. players do not sleep. So I don't see that happening in this one. USA is a better team than Canada. USA is a better team than Bolivia.
Hands down.
However,
hands
USA
down.
under Berhalter, it's a real question mark, because this is the chance for the players to make themselves heard. And if the players want Berhalter out, they're not making out of this group. So we're going to find out what the players want.
This is set up to be the most embarrassing thing possible for the U.S. here.
The players are going to show us what they want. If they want Greg Berhalter still there for the World Cup, they're going to be out of this group. And if they aren't, they are showing to us that this ain't the guy. Get us somebody new blood in here, because we can't get our dicks hard for this. It ain't going to be that hard for the World Cup.
What do you want? Do you want what would you rather see in your heart of hearts? The U.S. have a good tournament and just the problems of Berhalter ball.
U.S. has got to go talk to their freaking family practitioner and be like, ask them about that little blue pill, because they have mega issues getting it up, and it's going to remain that way until Greg Berhalter's out. And
that's kind of how I feel.
The worst part is the coach that they were going to replace him with, he's already at this tournament. with Canada.
Oh, wait, where's Pep coaching?
Oh, Pep's going to be coaching England. Pep's going to be the coach of England after Gareth Southgate steps down. It's either going to be Pep or Klopp, and I think it's going to be Pep.
No, you're wild for that one. Okay, hold on. So
remember set it here on Enemies of the Fire, June 11th or June 12th, whenever it releases.
So, what's his face from Liverpool is playing for Uruguay?
Darwin Nunez.
Scoring goals like it's.
He's horrible. He's freaking horrible. All these English Premier League strikers are freaking. I mean, almost all of them. Not Erling Haaland, but all of them are just glorified wingers or like false nines. They don't know how to score for dick. Maybe Darwin's found the net a couple recently. You know, Blind Squirrel does find a nut every once in a while, and he gets hot. But for the most of the season, Darwin's been hot squadoosh. You know who scored more goals than Darwin Nunez on Liverpool? Mo Salah. The winger.
Dude, do you know Uruguay has not lost in qualifying? They have beaten the likes of Argentina. I think they won in Brazil.
So Darwin knows how to play for Uruguay. The coach knows how to take advantage of Darwin's inability to be a striker.
The whole fucking team knows how to play soccer, bro. Uruguay is going to, like, we talked about Argentina walking that group.
Yeah.
Uruguay is going 3 wins out of this group. Uruguay is going to win all 3 games. And that's why I think I think Bolivia goes through, because I think the US loses to Uruguay, ties Bolivia, and then loses to Panama.
Is Edison Cavani there?
No.
No, then they're not gonna they're not gonna do anything.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. It's Uruguay wins this group easily. USA is going to struggle for second place. Panama is not going to do anything. Bolivia is not going to do anything. USA is going to get out of it. This is impossible to flop.
Okay, so are you making a what's the word I'm searching?
A lock?
Searching for. Are you making a channel are you superseding me on this? Because I really don't think the U.S. gets out of this group.
The only way they don't get out of this group is if what Pulisic said was true. And
what did he say?
What Pulisic said after the last game that they lost, he said, this team in its present iteration is not good enough. And that goes, that's the end of the quote, but it extends not just to the team of the best 11 that they put out there, but to the coach who puts together the tactics, who put together a tactical show, which has already been shown to be defeated. They apparently used the same approach as the Netherlands did. It's Greg is super beatable, and his tactics are not working for what USA want, what they want to do.
I would rather, I could sleep at night having to deal with Greg Ball if we made it to the semifinals. Other than that, dude, he's got to go. It feels like fucking Frank Klopas all over again. You would pay that
price. You would pay the price of they make it to the semis of Copa, and the price paid is to keep Greg. Yep. I would not pay that price. Even if we made the finals, I'm not keeping Greg. But that's me, because I have enough evidence. However, this goes into more of what we'll talk about later with Manchester United and Ten Hag. It has to do with ambition. It has to do with losers and winners and choices.
Why does it feels like there's only like 5 good coaches in the world?
There are.
And that can't be the case.
There are a lot of great. No, wait, time out. No, let's rephrase that. There are 5 great coaches.
Okay.
Absolutely great coaches. The greatest coaches. The Bill Belichick.
And they're so good, it makes it feel like there's only 5 good ones.
Right. And then there's a lot of good coaches. And then there's a lot of okay coaches, and there's a lot of poor coaches, and then there's a lot of nepotism granted coaches and players.
Okay. So you made the executive decision that the US is going through, right?
They're in.
Okay.
There's no way they don't. Unless Pulisic and all the players truly shit against Panama.
I'm telling you.
Against
Panama
Bolivia?
I'm telling you, this feckless offense.
Yeah, but
we get smacked 3-0 out the gate by Uruguay. We get smacked. Then, and trust me, I don't want any of this.
Of course, none of us want this.
Rah.
Yeah, we want you. You of all are definitely, of most of us all, are definitely most rah for U.S. men's national team.
I honestly feel like that's my favorite sports team, even above any Chicago team.
I'm about to join you because Chicago Fire, dude, they're losing me. They've lost me. I mean, I was looking at my jerseys the other day, and I was like, I don't have a single jersey of the new crest. And I was thinking, I don't even want one. And I'm like, how do I get more of the old crest? Because it's the only thing I freaking like. And that's when I like the club. Oh, wait, I did some more digging. Oh, we're veering off into Chicago Fireland. But long story short, the new owner, when he bought this team, he tanked the club, made it even worse, brought in two different icons. They're both shittier than the classic. And I realized that it's absolutely pathetic how this owner is actually worse than the previous owner. There's neither here nor there. That's actually connected to Manchester United. It would blow your mind.
This man is freaking out. Okay.
Joe Mansueto's inability to be a good soccer owner is connected to Manchester United's inability to have good owners and their inability to ever re-achieve greatness. They're done. They're cooked. They're never going to be back at the top again. I'm a Manchester United fan. It ain't going to happen. It's over for them. The ambition, gone. Even Phil Neville knows. Phil Neville knows he's a winner. Winners know when they're looking at losers. When the losers have put out enough tape to say, this is what we are right now, and this is what we are forever. Diatribe on that over. Back to Group D.
Group D.
I couldn't hold it in. I was like a tube of toothpaste. I was supposed to wait for the segment. Well, there's more. There's more.
Oh God, there's more.
I got spark. I got some glitter in me. That's a whole other conspiracy. Glitter and toothpaste. Don't get me started. Group D: Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, Costa Rica. This is the group of death. This is the best group so far.
Pour it out for Costa Rica. They're done. They're done.
This is the best group. This is the most entertaining group of them all.
Costa Rica is one of the worst teams here, dude. They are. We have lost their golden generation. They're gonna go dormant for a minute.
Yes,
hopefully they'll be back.
Paraguay can play spoilers to Colombia, to Brazil. They have a blood feud with these guys. And that's where I think Paraguay could play the upsetter here. Of course, Colombia is a much better team. Of course, Brazil's the better team. Brazil and Colombia are the two obvious. Paraguay could play upsetter.
There's no way. There's no way that we just saw Colombia demolish the U.S., just murder the U.S. And there's no way. It's Brazil and Colombia. I think Colombia might win this group. What do you think?
Colombia could win this group because Paraguay could show up against Brazil. Is Neymar playing? Oh, wait, he's injured.
I was just going to ask you that. I don't believe so. I don't believe Neymar was named to the roster. Now, you know who was named to the roster? An individual where this might be the last bit of soccer he gets to play ever as a player. Lucas Payet or whatever, right? He is looking at a lifetime ban for gambling on soccer, on games he was a part of. It's no bueno. No bueno at all.
Not Dimitri Payet, but a different Payet?
No, Lucas. Hold on, man. I'm so bad with names. Why didn't I have everybody's roster?
Because I'm like, Dimitri Payet, and no, you said Lucas Payet.
No.
So... Payet.
I mean, he's probably playing as we speak. The U.S. and Brazil are playing right now.
Betting ban. I'm gonna look that up. Lucas Paqueta.
Yeah, this guy. Paqueta. That's what it is.
Lucas
okay,
Paqueta.
Sorry,
dude. He's not the only one. He's just the only one that got caught so far.
Well, currently, I mean, gambling in sports is an epidemic.
Yes,
and then. To be like the Tooney thing is what got me too, the Toomey thing. Because it was like every picture of him was like, Toomey suspended for X amount of months for gambling with a gambling sponsor
let's save
on
this.
his chest.
Let's save this segment because we're going on 25 minutes here and we still have yet to cover the winners here. But we're going to discuss that Paqueta gambling implications here later on Enemies of the Fire.
Everybody watch the normal podcast this week. That's where you're going to get all the rest of these conversations.
Oh, shit. Talking Mushrooms. We're not including this in the normal podcast?
Oh no, this is the Copa America extravaganza.
Oh, this is the Copa America special. Okay, cool. I love it.
Yes,
I love it. All right, then it could go longer, and I'm not so worried about it. All right.
Did I not explain that at the beginning?
You probably did,
and
I
was
cracking a nice little long drink here from Finland. They're pretty tasty. QF. They are pretty tasty. I recommend them.
Argentina, Jamaica. That'll be so cool.
Yes, let's take a look at these games here, these winners we got. Argentina or Jamaica. Obviously, Argentina's our winner here, but man, I like that.
I mean, take a few selfies while you see Messi score. He just embarrassed somebody last night, or not? It was like 2 nights ago, right? Here in Chicago, they played somebody.
Wait,
man,
Messi played in Chicago?
Yeah, did you? The 2 least informed people on the planet about soccer doing a soccer show.
In my own backyard? Messi was here and I missed it?
Yes.
I was here the last time he was supposed to be here. I'm not going to be here the next time.
He played. Oh, no. Are you for real? You're not going to see it?
I mean, I don't think he's going to be back this year.
Oh, of course he will.
They're scheduled to play the Fire 2 more times. I don't know if he's ever going to play the Fire this season.
Of course you're insane.
Well, one of those games is during Copa America, so that one's burned, and the other one is during the end of another tournament or something. I was hearing. Argentina versus Jamaica. Who you got?
Argentina, 100%.
Clearly. Let's go to Venezuela, Canada. This is the freaking game. This would be great.
Is ugly. This is like the game when you realize you have a problem because you're like watching San Jose play Vancouver in MLS. Like this gonna get ugly.
This is where Alphonso Davies takes over the game and Canada wins.
I actually completely agree. I think if you get this matchup, if Canada actually gets to play Venezuela, Canada is moving on.
I think Canada's going to be fine no matter who they get. Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, Jamaica. You want the Group B winner. You want the Group B winner or the Group B runner-up. Group A has it easy.
Well, I mean, because it's Argentina. They're going to win.
And I'm thinking Canada is going to be right there, but it's possible. Canada's not.
I agree.
Canada is Canada better than Mexico right now? Yes. Yeah, they are.
Talent-wise, yes.
Results-wise,
if
yes.
They played, results-wise, but if they played right now with Jesse Marsh being brand new, I don't know.
That's the thing. He's still brand new. He's still going to be brand new, and that's actually what's throwing a whole little loop in my plan where, like, Canada really needs things to go right here to even go this far. This is, to me, Canada making this far is a miracle.
Dude, this is... This is ugly.
But it basically proves that Canada made the right decisions if they do. Group C, you're talking Uruguay versus Colombia. Yeah. This is the game.
That's the game of the round.
The game of the round.
Yeah. 100.
Oh wow.
That's going extra time. You're gonna see some shit.
Can I see 3 games of that? Uruguay versus Colombia. Right. This would be awesome. Absolutely.
Can we just get a World Series between them?
Yes.
Best of 7.
That is a freaking. Just. Let's just go to this. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to Uruguay's roster, man.
So Uruguay and Colombia are on the total opposite sides of South America. Colombia, of course, right next to Panama, and Uruguay snuck right between Argentina and Brazil there at the south. So this is a wild one. These guys do not meet often, but I feel like it'll be great soccer.
No, this is the game of the round. This is going to be something amazing. So currently, because Uruguay has been playing insane, and I'm looking at their roster. That's the problem. Not a ton of dudes that like smack you in the face and stand out, but a ton of dudes who are like a part of very good teams and like big parts of those teams. Oh man. Yeah, so the only real names that are gonna pop off the the page, Jose Jimenez as the plays for Atletico. Luis Suarez, Brian Rodriguez is that's not who I thought it was. Nunez, who you
Darwin.
can proceeded to shit all over.
Yeah, you play Suarez. Put Nunez on the wing. I'll put Nunez on the wing. Like that's the thing about these EPL strikers. They fucking suck this year.
You're
except for Haaland.
It's okay. Yeah, no.
Look at the top 10 scorers in top 10 scorers in England, and guess how many of them are strikers, pure strikers. You'll be surprised.
I'm not guessing. Listen, I mean, Uruguay has to win this game, right? There's just no way Colombia's got enough juice. Uruguay has just kind of been playing crazy.
I already marked them down as winners against Colombia.
Oh, well then I guess I'm on your page then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then Brazil versus U.S., a rematch of the game happening right now that we're missing. Same scores, whatever happens tonight, because I think they're gonna beat the U.S. by multiple goals.
Dude, I could see USA winning this game. This is the type of game that USA can win. USA's beat Brazil before in Copa. Haven't they?
Yeah, Casey Keller hasn't played for a hot minute.
Okay,
man.
That's true. However, Brazil is the type of team to quit. They're quitters. They're made up of a whole bunch of fucking whiny, ass quitters. And if Neymar's not there to push them through and inspire them to greatness, they might quit on this.
You're saying they need the leadership qualities of Neymar Jr.? Are you fucking crazy?
No one knows how to dive better than Neymar, and that is what Brazil feasts on.
I guess you're right. If you could still dive in this VAR era, you're a god. But honestly, man,
I'm being a little facetious. I am.
Brazil has got a lot of that's the problem with Brazil.
Brazil's fifth best players, all of them are better than USA.
Oh, I would not go that far.
Their fifth guy on the depth chart is better than the number one guy from USA in most positions, not talking Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, there you go. But I would say Brazil is less sexy than they used to be, man.
Yes.
They're kind of back to that 2010, defend your nuts off Brazil.
Really? Grindy.
Yeah, I feel like it, unless I'm dumb.
Well, where's Richarlison?
In a couple
Richarlison's going to be there. He's a freaking burner.
I love Richarlison. He kind of seems like an insane person.
Yes, I do like him as well. Brazil's the clear winner. But
Brazil's the clear winner.
But I do see USA having the ability to truly walk in here and pull off the upset. And if they pull off the upset, they would play Uruguay. And they would get their asses beat.
Delaying the inevitable.
Definitely get their asses beat then. If they beat Brazil, they ain't beating Uruguay.
No. So
it's just that's just too much.
I'm going to say this. Or wait a second. Was I wrong about Uruguay? Was that Colombia doing all that craziness? No, I think it's Uruguay. Anywho. Same person, but... Oh, no. I'm all right. Yeah, you're in the killing it. Anyway, I digress. Is this... okay, so we need to have one tiny conversation here. Is this enough if you were a U.S. fan? Greg gets you out of the group as a runner-up and you lose to Brazil in the round of 16. Do you fire Greg Berhalter?
Yes, absolutely. I'm firing Greg Berhalter no matter what. It doesn't matter. He can't save his job for me.
I 1,000% agree.
He can't save his job for me. He's in the same boat as Ten Hag. Ten Hag should have been out in his ass. That past week should have been out in his ass. In fact, every English pundit was blown away that Manchester United didn't. And they asked the question and say, if Manchester United was a club like Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, would they be retaining their manager after such a season? No, none of them would. And that shows you how far Manchester United has fallen. But does that show us how far some of these other national teams have fallen? Has Brazil fallen off? Has Argentina fallen off after winning the big one? Are we really expecting a massive fall from Argentina? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And speaking of Argentina,
it might be their cup to lose.
So we're saying Argentina gets to play Canada in the quarterfinals.
Argentina versus Canada. Argentina wins. Uruguay versus Brazil. And that's another great match. Uruguay versus Brazil.
Yeah, that's another very good game in this tournament.
This is one of those games where Brazil, they would do the opposite, where they would feel an inferiority going against USA players just because of the greatness and the almightiness of the USA, even though they're inferior soccer players. The culture they'd be fearful of. Brazil going against Uruguay, they would feel like they're the more powerful culture, and they would be like, yeah, we got to go be big brother to little brother out there. And I think that they show up and they think they would beat Uruguay for that.
That's exactly kind of where my head was at, was like, well, is this where the class of Brazil shows itself? You know, is this when, like, you're not ready for primetime players meet your veterans? But to be honest, like, they've been killing it in qualifying, so I gotta say, man, I'm falling for a trend. I say Uruguay over Brazil.
Really? Okay. I will break. I'm gonna push. We've been in agreement on almost everything here. I push back. I'm gonna say Brazil over Argentina. Brazil over Uruguay. You're gonna say Uruguay over Brazil.
You know what? For the good of the channel can say Brazil, but I personally really feel like it's a diametric shifting of the geopolitical soccer landscape.
And you said Uruguay's just been playing better football. I mean, they got winners on their team. They might not be all the greatest of name brand soccer, but they're all winners on really big teams and are highly relied upon. So that is a big thing there, where we've seen a little bit of a recession happen with Brazil. However, the NFL.
Well, I don't think it's been okay. You can't say there hasn't been when they lost.
Right now, Toke is frozen, but I am not. But I'm just pretending I'm frozen until Toke unfreezes. We'll see how long this lasts. He was in the middle of his point. Toke, you're gone. I can't hear you. Well, I'll take it over from here at the moment. So Toke was arguing for the sense of that Uruguay is going to beat Brazil. It makes sense what he's saying. I just feel like Brazil, they can get their D's a little H. Oh, hey, you're back. You were gone for a long time.
Yeah, I thought I lost you.
Okay, I stayed frozen for a few seconds just because you were frozen. And I was covering
You're
the
still
bank.
frozen on my screen, but either way, yeah,
You were putting out your point that you think that Uruguay has enough to take Brazil.
I do, but I still
They do.
Brazil is not any slouches, man.
Sure thing.
They're just less sexy than we remember.
So we got Argentina versus Uruguay or Brazil.
Go Brazil. You've cocked me into it.
No, I got both of them there. So they're both allowed to exist. This is it might happen. Like you could pick. We got Argentina as the clear side. It's like either Uruguay or Brazil seems to be coming out of here. I don't know if I've made the great enough point that Brazil is coming out of there. I think you've made the best point that Uruguay should be. And just by and large on the football that they played. So I'm going to stick in Uruguay for that one. I think you've made a good point. And you're gone at the moment, Toke, by the way. I cannot hear you. So it's just me talking about Argentina and Uruguay. And scene. And let us know what you guys think who's going to win Copa America. We'd love to read your comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you think is going to take it? Does USA even make it out of the group stages? Is this the last tournament for Coach Berhalter? Did Canada make the right decision in bringing in Jesse Marsch? What other surprises will we see at this Copa America? Will we see Luis Suarez take on maybe Leo Messi in a game. Maybe if Uruguay and Argentina end up playing each other in the final, that could certainly happen. That'd be fun thing for MLS, right? To have the two Copa America finalists on the same team. That would be fun. Good for MLS and a boon to them. Guys, greatly appreciate you guys hanging out here. Listen to the banter here on Enemies with Fire between me and Toke. Kick that like button. Comment below. We love to read your comments. We love to read and see what you guys are thinking and hearing. Share with all your friends that talk soccer and get this conversation rolling. We'll see you guys next time here on Enemies of the Fire. Check out the next upcoming podcast. There's a lot on the plate. Can't wait. See you guys then.